Congratulations, you're getting married on Lake Como and you're planning to bring 100 of your family and friends with you. I'm going to break down what I think your day will come to. I'll break it down with music, flowers, venues, celebrant, everything I possibly can to try and give you the best overall idea of how much your spend might be. I'm Sally Sephora. I've been planning weddings on Lake Como now for 16 years. I do want you to take into account that the final price obviously will depend which venue you book, which caterers you book, and it will depend on your decisions. Maybe you want a band, maybe you just want a DJ. It's completely up to you. This is just a breakdown, a guesstimate. It won't steer you far wrong, but just take into account that these aren't firm prices for you. I do have a villa in mind. It's a villa on the lake. I won't give you the name of the villa because I'm not sure that they'd like me to break down all of their costs and announce them here on YouTube. So the venue I'm thinking of is €22,000 plus 22% tax for the day. You hire the venue from 5 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. There is set up time for all of your supplies before that time, so the guests would arrive at 5. If you wanted to, I think it's €1,000 an hour, and you can add extra hours on. So if you wanted to, you could start at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, as you prefer. So for catering for 100 guests, I've priced this at €240 per person plus 10% tax. We have a different rate of tax. The venue was 22% tax. Catering is 10% as per Italian law. So for 100 guests, that comes to €26,400. It's a symbolic wedding, so I've added €450 for a symbolic celebrant for you. They'll perform your ceremony. You might call this person an officiant. Open bar. Let's get the important things down early. Open bar. €15 is about average, plus 10% tax because it's catering. 100 guests, and I put 3 hours here. You could have the open bar open the entire day if you want to, but obviously you'd need to pay more. I just put this for the evening dance party, so 3 hours. That comes to just under 5,000, 4,950. Then we have wedding planning. Wedding Box would charge you 8,000 plus 22% tax, which comes to 9,760. We like to have just one price, keep it nice and simple, so that you know where you stand from the start. Staff meals, you'll be expected to buy staff meals for anybody that you're bringing to the villa. So not the caterers, not the villa staff, but your photographers, your wedding planners. I've got down here that you've got 9 staff. I put 2 planners, 2 photos, 1 video, 4 for music. And that comes to 594. Counting staff meals is €60 plus the 10% tax per person. An estimation for music, lights, and you'll need a music license in Italy. I put €35,000 here. I know that sounds like a lot, but this venue that I'm thinking of has given exclusivity of music to two music agencies, and they both have very similar pricing, and the pricing is fairly high. But we're talking about a 100-person, quite a luxurious wedding anyway, so I think this is accurate. For flowers, I put €25,000 here, but this probably is one of the prices where you could spend an enormous amount, or you could really slash this right down if you wanted to. Maybe to around half would probably be the lowest you'd go in a big villa. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could easily double or triple that. It's up to you. Estimate for garden furniture, I put €12,000. This would include hiring your ceremony chairs, hiring a set of dining room chairs for inside. We don't typically move the chairs from one to the other. And then sofa sets. The general rule of thumb is 1 seat for 30% of the bottoms at your wedding. So if you have 100 guests, you'd probably want seats for about 30 people. And then an estimate for photos, I've just put 8,000 here. Maybe that's a bit low. Maybe you'd like to spend a bit more on photos, but you don't have to. It's up to you. I put the same again for video, so you can choose. I put €4,000 down for arriving by coach, arriving and leaving the villa by coach. This is for your guests. Obviously, it would depend which town you've based everybody, and maybe you might like to bring everybody in by boat. I don't know, but for this example, that's what I've done. An estimate for hair and makeup for the bride and 3 bridesmaids on Lake Como will cost around 1,500. I've budgeted 400 plus 10% tax for security guards for the evening. And then if we had fireworks to music, these are fireworks that are synchronized to music. So they'll listen to the highs and lows of your song and set the fireworks off to match. This costs around 13,000. It is quite expensive on Lake Como, but they are really fabulous. So for 100 guests on Lake Como at a symbolic wedding, I have the total as €175,934. So 176,000. I hope that you found this helpful. If you are genuinely interested in getting married on Lake Como, we'd love to hear from you, and I've put our contact details in the description box below.